Hey everyone, it's Mr. Ward again. The purpose of this video is to go over your NearPod presentation that you will create and add to your Google site. This needs to be added to your Google site and published on your Google site by September 21st at 11 p.m. Here are the things that I'm looking for before I help you navigate NearPod. You need to create a NearPod account that could be used for educational purposes. So this could be with a personal email address or your GSW email address. Just be mindful, if you use your GSW, you may lose access to that email account after you graduate. So it may be ideal for you to use a personal email account. Your NearPod link needs to be uploaded to the NearPod tab on your Google site. It also needs to be clickable and live. You'll use that grade level, that subject, and that content area or that standard or skill that you selected for your homepage of your Google site to create a NearPod lesson on that topic, okay? I also want you to have a student-friendly objective included. So maybe on the first slide of your NearPod, and we will help you navigate NearPod in just a second, you need to have like an I can statement or an overall target for your students to be able to accomplish something. So for example, if I was doing third grade math and I was really interested in multiplication strategies like using equal groups, okay? I may include a student-friendly objective on my NearPod lesson that says students will be able to use equal groups to solve multiplication problems, okay? The standard and skill is present and taught throughout the NearPod lesson. So if I was completing this NearPod activity on equal groups, okay, I would need to teach and show students how to use equal groups in this NearPod lesson. Okay, during your NearPod, you also need to include 3 interactive sessions, and I will show you how to add those in NearPod. And then you will make a personal connection on your Personal Connections tab. The prompt for this activity is, how do you plan to use NearPod or a similar platform in your future classroom? You'll need 5 sentences and at least 1 picture on that Personal Connections tab for this NearPod activity. Okay, so let's go on over and let me help you navigate NearPod. So when you go to nearpod.com, you will see the home screen here. If you do not already have an account, you will need to create one, sign up for free. Okay. Once you create your account, you will be able to log in and you will see a screen like this. Okay. So this is your place to create lessons to add to your NearPod library. So for the purpose of this activity, you'll need to create a new lesson. So clicking the plus sign here, create a lesson. It's going to make me sign in again. Give me 1 second. Okay. And then here is where is the clamshell for your lesson. So once again, you'll be able to add different activities, add slides with content information, add videos, anything for your NearPod here. So I need you to go ahead and title your lesson. Okay, so whatever you're teaching me, if it's kindergarten sorting or 11th grade U.S. history, whatever your lesson title needs to go here. Okay, and then you will start creating your content and your activities by clicking this plus sign. Now it's going to give you a plethora of different options. Okay, so I need to go ahead and get that objective out of the way and let viewers and readers and students and families know what I'm teaching them in this NearPod. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a slide. Okay. Once you click the slide, it's going to bring up something that looks like Google Slides, looks like PowerPoint, something that you're familiar with. You could create the background here, change the fonts, and type whatever you need. So I am going to do equal groups. And then I'm going to go ahead and include that student-friendly objective. Students will be able to use equal groups to multiply numbers less than 10. Okay, so you'll be able to have that there. All right, so once you are done with one slide, you will click either save and add a new slide, okay, or just hit save. So I'm gonna, just for the purpose of this example, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. It's going to add it to my tiles on my NearPod. So when you have multiple tiles here, think of it as a slideshow. So it's going to naturally progress from one slide to another when you add them, okay? So I know that I needed to add 3 interactive sessions in this NearPod. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that, okay? A lot of your slides, like we just created, will be for you to explain and teach the topic that you're covering. Okay, but then for an interactive activity, I'm going to click the plus sign again. I really want to know what students already know about equal groups, so I'm going to ask them a question. So up at the top, I see content, which is what you would use to teach something, and then activities. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a poll, a quick little poll. And my question is, have you ever used equal groups before? And I'm going to add an answer option as yes, no, and maybe so. Okay. So then after I create that question and my answer options, I'm going to click save. That's going to go ahead and save it as a second tile here on my NearPod. Okay. And then I'll be able to continue. If I wanted to continue teaching and show some examples of some equal groups, I could go and create a slide here. Okay, I could even insert a YouTube video. Okay, if you find a PDF document or want to record your voice, you could use the audio option. All kinds of things that you could add to teach your content. So I'm going to add a slide. And of course, I would go over and I would click my theme, whatever color I was wanting to use. So maybe if I wanted to use this green one. And then I want to give students a scenario. So this is me teaching the equal groups or whatever content you are teaching. So I want the students to think about this. So think about this. You have 4 bags. You place 2 candy bars in each bag. How many candy bars in all did you use? Okay. So this is giving students something to think about. Okay. You may insert images here, so you could actually insert the 4 bags and then insert images of the 2 candy bars, however you want to teach your content. Okay. After you finish the slide, you want to hit save. Okay. You see it's updating the theme for all of the slides. So if I chose that green slide here, it's going to go ahead and update the theme for all of them. It's a really cool feature of NearPod. Okay. And then I really want students to do something now. So let's just say I inserted 3 or 4 slides to teach the standard or skill. And then I needed to insert my second interactive activity. So I go up to activities. I really want them to draw something. Okay. So I'm going to put my instructions. I want you to draw an example of equal groups for 2 times 3. Okay. And then I'm going to click save. Okay. All right. So now I want you to preview when you have your things in here for your NearPod lesson. You're getting close to the end. You want to make sure that you have everything according to the rubric. If you click preview here, it's going to show you a student preview of what they will see. Okay. All right. So students would see this on their screens as you are teaching it or pushing out the link to it. Okay. So equal groups, students will be able to use equal groups, blah, blah, blah. Go to my next slide. It's going to have that interactive activity, that poll. Have you ever used equal groups before? So students may select their answers. Okay, your slides teaching your content. And then now it's giving them an interactive way to draw your equal groups. Okay, so this would be 2 groups of 3. So I would draw my 2 groups and I would put my 3 M&Ms in each group. And that's showing a visual representation of equal groups. So checking for students' understanding. Okay. Guys, this NearPod is a wonderful opportunity for you to be creative and begin creating lessons using and utilizing technology. Okay, so you're not just using technology using NearPod by giving students some sort of content to read or listen to. You're utilizing technology because students are actually doing something during the presentation of a NearPod. Okay, so NearPod takes a presentation like a PowerPoint or a Google slideshow and adds those utilization features where students can actually use technology to demonstrate their understanding